Good afternoon, Bluebirds. I'm Will with Bell delivering your announcements.
Happy birthday to Aiden Zai, Landon Fernandez, and Quentin Scher.
Girls and boys interested in track need to go to the Lincoln Schoology announcement and sign up. Please notice that there will be a parent meeting for girls interested in track Thursday, January 30th at 6 p.m. in the Highlands Middle School cafeteria. The boys' track meeting, which was supposed to be last night, has been rescheduled for next Monday at 6 p.m. in the Highlands Middle School cafeteria. Remember, make sure you go to Schoology and sign up.
There will be a boys tennis team parent-player meeting this Wednesday, January 29th at 6:30 in the HHS library. This meeting is for new and returning players in 7th and 8th grade who are interested in joining Highlands tennis team this spring.
Keep in mind that the Winter Reading Challenge begins next Monday. If you don't currently have a book, go pick out one and finish by Monday so you can enter a book next Monday.
Today, we have a video to share that many of you, we think, will enjoy. This video is a look at the history of video games.
Video games have come very far in the last century.
But how did we get where we are today?
Let's look back on the history of gaming to find out.
First up, we have Pong. It was created in 1958 by an American physicist named William Higginbotham. It was the first video game ever made, and it was the stepping stone to other games in the future.
Next up is Pac-Man, that was made in 1980. The creator was named Toru Iwatani. Its original title was Pugman.
Third up, we have Tetris. It was created in 1984 by Alexei Pajitnov. It's one of the most popular games ever made in the entire world, and it's one of the best-selling as well.
Mario was made in 1985 by a man named Koji Kondo. It has its own franchise of many games, shows, movies, and merchandise.
Fifth, we have Doom, created in 1993 by ID Software. This is one of the first ever first-person shooter games in existence. It was actually created using 2D animation, not 3D.
Halo was made in 2001 by Microsoft. It was one of the first commercially successful 3D games.
Seventh, we have Wii Sports. It was created in 2006 by Nintendo, and it was one of the first ever motion controller games.
Minecraft was made in 2011 by Mojang and Notch. It's the best-selling game in the world, and it's still getting updates.
Ninth up, we have Terraria. It was created in 2011 by a studio named Relogic. It is a very highly rated game that started unsuccessful, but as time went on, its popularity rose to the sky.
Undertale was made in 2015 by Toby Fox. This game was a huge leap into the future for indie game developers. VR was made in 2016 by Sony. It is the future of gaming.
And finally, we have Red Dead Redemption 2. It was created in 2018 by Rockstar Games. It has one of the best graphics for any video game. And there you have it. Tell us what some of your favorite video games are.
That was a fun look back at video games and their evolution. I bet several teachers remember when Pac-Man came out, and a lot of us probably have played many of these games and are still playing them right now. Before we came on air, we asked Mrs. Griffith and some of the broadcasting here in the room what their favorites were. Mrs. Griffith said Pac-Man, Gordon said Fortnite and Minecraft, and Reed said he didn't really have one. Will, do you have a favorite game?
Honestly, any sports games.
Okay.
All right, now on to our lunch menu. Today we'll be having popcorn chicken, oven brown potatoes, and sugar snap peas pods. The alternative is shrimp poppers. For lunch tomorrow, we will be having French toast sticks, sausage links, hash brown potatoes, and cinnamon apples. The alternative is taco wedges. Remember, you can always add fresh fruit or salad to your lunch.
Now for today's quote of the day. Today's quote is, "No matter how educated, talented, rich, or cool you believe you are, how you treat people ultimately tells all."
Have a great rest of the day, Bluebirds.